welcome back to my channel. So today I was feeling very bright and colorful, and you can probably tell why. So recently I just got my hands on the ABH Norvina collection volume 4 palette. Now this palette, oh my god, it just called my name. If you don't know me, I'm a very neutral kind of gal when it comes to like my eyeshadows. I was very afraid to step out of my comfort zone and, incorporate colors. But this palette is like a mix of two of the things that I love. So it has a lot of neutral colors, plus it has pinks, like bright pinks, which I love pink. So it's the best of both worlds, and what better palette to start off and do crazy looks with than this? Like, and look at the packaging. Oh my god, it's pink. Like, I'm pretty sure when Norvina made this, she thought about me. That's what I like to think, because this is me in a palette. I'm going to show you the colors. Now this, apparently, out of the 4 palettes, this has the most neutrals, which I don't have the other palettes, but what a nice way to start off owning her palettes then, with this. And as you can see, it has like a good mix of like neutral shades and pops of like bright pink. These are really pigmented. Now, when you dip your brush, it doesn't have a lot of kickback, but it puts on so much pigment when you like put it on your eyelids. And also it has 2 pressed glitters. Now my experience with pressed glitters hasn't been good. So every time like you dip your brush or even your finger on the pressed glitter and you put it on your eyes, the glitter just starts like falling off, and it's very chunky and doesn't even look like you put on glitter because it doesn't stay, and you actually need like glitter glue. But with this, like, I was able to pick it up with a brush, and as soon as I swiped it, it like stays true to how you see it on the palette. It's crazy. And I'm gonna show you guys some swatches so you guys can see like how intensely pigmented they are. One downfall about this palette is that it doesn't have a lot of darker shades to deepen and add more depth to your look, which some people might not like that. But I feel like with this palette, it's meant to be more like bright, not really meant for like dark looks. So maybe that's why she didn't really include a lot. Like, the darkest shade is this gray kind of like cool tone taupe color, and also this purple shade. The shimmers are very buttery and very creamy. And except for the C1, like, I didn't really like this. And you can see in the tutorial, it didn't really show up on my lids. So I just ended up going with another color. But everything else is super pigmented. People think there's too many pinks, and that when you put it on your lids, it just like blends into looking like they're all one color. But I personally don't agree with that. I think you just have to be very strategic with how you apply the colors. Like, you can see the 3 different pink shades that I used. I don't own her other 3 palettes, so I can't really compare this to those 3, but I don't think I need to have this palette to, make a conclusion or a verdict about this palette. Like, I'm in love with this, you guys. If you want to know how I got this look, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so we're gonna start off by using a flat, fluffy blending brush, and I'm just gonna dip into the shade B2. Now, it's described as matte mauve pink pressed pigment, and pretty much I'm just applying it to the crease and also the outer corner, just to kind of give an outline for the cat eye shape that we want for the look. So next, I'm going to be using a pencil brush and I'm going to be dipping into the color E4, and it's described as a matte deep berry pressed pigment, and I'm just applying that a little bit below the first shade that we put just to kind of deepen out the crease. Okay, so next I'm taking a more precise blending brush and I'm dipping into the shade E1, and it's described as a matte carnation pink pressed pigment, and I'm applying that right above the first shade that we put on our crease just so it kind of like peeks out and pops out of the crease, and it also acts as a blending color just to soften the edges of the first shade that we put. So next, I'm going to be taking that same precise pencil brush and I'm going to dip into the shade B5, and it's described as a matte gray with a pink undertone pressed pigment, and I'm just applying it to the crease just to add more depth and deepen it. Okay, so next I took the flat fluffy blending brush that we used earlier and I'm dipping back into the shade B2, and pretty much I'm just reinforcing the color because we did lose a little bit when we put the previous color, the gray shade. Alright, so next I'm taking a flat concealer brush and I'm using a light shade of concealer, and I'm pretty much just cutting the crease just so it gives a more cleaner edges for our crease and our lid. So just a quick tip, if you are having trouble and you don't know how far up to cut your crease, pretty much you just apply the concealer on your lid and you kind of just want to look up, and wherever the concealer hits, that's how high you're going to cut your crease. So now that we've laid down the concealer and cut our crease, I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm just going to press onto the concealer just so it's seamless and there's no creases. Okay, so here I took a really precise detailer brush and I dipped into the shade E5, and it's described as a matte hot pink pressed pigment, and I'm just applying it to the outer third of our eye. Okay, so here I took a pencil brush and I dipped back into the shade E4, and pretty much I just kind of reinforced the depth that we had since we did kind of lose a little bit when we put the shade E5. Okay, so here I took that same precise detailer brush and I took the shade E5, that matte hot pink pressed pigment, and I'm just softening the edges of the previous darker E4 shade that we put. Okay, so here I took a flat shader brush and I dipped into the shade C1, and it's described as a frosty metallic baby pink pressed pigment, and I just applied it to our lids. Okay, so next I took my finger and I dipped into the shade A5, and it's described as a multi-dimensional rosy metallic pink, and I just applied it to the center in between that outer shade color and the inner corner color. Okay, so next I took my detailer brush and I went back into the shade E5 just to soften the edges of that frosty multi-dimensional shade that we put previously in the center, just to kind of blend it in. I'm gonna take a makeup remover and just sharpen the outer edges. Okay, so here I took a pencil brush and I dipped back into the shade B5, that gray with pink undertone shade, just to deepen out the outer corner. Take a blending brush and just soften the bubblegum pink that we put at the top. And just like blow it out. This neon color just really makes the glitter pop. Alright guys, so that concludes our video for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you guys got inspired as much as I was with this palette, and maybe start using colors, you know, for the summer if you're also a neutrals kind of gal and was afraid to experiment with bright colors. And I think I want to do more looks with this palette, so if you also want to see you know, different kind of looks with this, maybe a neutral one, or I don't know, just whatever, then please give this video a thumbs up, and please don't forget to click that red subscribe button. I do make new videos every week. I try to upload twice a week, and so if you want to see more of me, please don't forget to click that red subscribe button. Go, please go, click it. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload. Alright guys, I have nothing else to say, but I love you, And thanks for all the love and support, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.